Welcome back, everyone, to more Pokemon Emerald. It's time, after getting the Heat Badge, that we advance further in our adventure. But first, I have some bad news.
Uh-oh.
And that bad news is that we finally come to that magical time when I love all my Pokemon, but eventually, some in the Earth Brigade must be retired. So I am no longer, if they're in Box 2, guys, I'm not working on them anymore. Mainly because either A, I already have better attacks that they have in that type, or they haven't proven fruitful. And in fact, they become more pains in the butt to level than actual worthwhile help. So yes, I have some Pokemon that I have retired, and now it's time for us to go into Route 111. And I think it's only appropriate, Alex, that you give us your oh-so-wonderful rendition of Anakin Skywalker really quick, because we're in the desert.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and it's rough. It gets everywhere.
There you go. Because I have a feeling the episode title for this is going to be Wandering in the Desert. Why?
I wish I was a better Jedi.
Wish I could be a better treasure hunter and Jedi. Yeah, I have a feeling the title for this is going to be Wandering in the Desert, just because I'm clearing out the 111 route, and also trying to get all of the treasure that's in it, which makes it very difficult as we have our first ever environmental condition. But thankfully, as you guys can see, I do take out some of the more aimless wandering where I couldn't figure stuff out. So before Alex gets really concerned that I just put everything in, no. I cut a lot of the wandering around.
Well, that's good.
So you can sit or you can rest assured that that happened. But I did not actually take out my killing of this Trapinch. Why? Because he had it coming. Actually, one of the things I did off camera was I kept forgetting to do it, but I finally went back to my PC to drop off a bunch of items. So that, because I kept on getting item cap rage. So now I've cleared out a few spots. Alex should be very happy with me.
Very good.
The only downside is I also have a confession to make. I did sell some things too.
Prevents escape with arena trap. You got to run.
And the reason I sold a lot of stuff is because I used up a lot of items this grinding session and kind of broke my bank. So, oops.
Oops is right.
Oops. Yeah. The problem is some of the guys that I had were pretty piss off level of frustration. It's like one of those few times where I actually did want to throw the controller. Oh, you think you're a superhero because you're Go Goggles, huh? Yes, I do. Yeah. In fact, I think I am the protagonist for Digimon because they're goggles. And that's the way that goes.
That is the way it goes.
Yes. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. So yeah, we've got plenty of stuff in the desert to do, and as you guys can see, we have environmental conditions now playing into the game. And every round that we are in this fight, or at least this Pokemon is in the fight, they will get buffeted by the sandstorm. And it's not a lot of damage, it's like 1 or 2 HP, but you know, that could build up over time. So we want to make sure that we just nuke people hard. And I don't know why I'm waiting on this one. Jiminy Christmas.
Did you go off and do the laundry like I do?
It's possible. It's actually, you want to know what I was probably doing? I was probably looking at that map in the strategy guide, just trying to figure out like where I'm going. So, because that's usually what happens. Did you go off and do the laundry like I do? Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Oh, look, it's a Sandshrew. That's the other thing too. So Alex might get a little mad at me. I'm not using repels that much in this time around because I actually do want to get a Sandshrew. I need a legit ground type, especially since I have a Dig TM with his name on it. I want to put Dig on Sandshrew and also have my little Crit Fiend back. He won't be a little Crit Fiend, but he will be the closest thing.
He'd be like, I remember I had a Crit Fiend.
Now he'll just sit there and hear the legends of my previous Sandslash and go, can I be just as good? No. No, you can't.
He's like the nup-tup of your...
You aren't broken enough.
Sandstorm rages.
Yeah, there you go. Sandstorm rages, so Serp is buffeted by the sandstorm. See, you can tell it's not that much damage, but it builds up over time, which isn't fun. It's super effective. And no, I don't want a Baltoy. It's a psychic rock. I already have a psychic and a rock type.
Well, it's not like you can pick and choose out of that team there. It belongs to a trainer already.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess while we're wandering around in the desert, it's time, once again, for Drak's Anime Update! Alex will be kind of proud of me. Kinda. I could be further, but I'm at least T-minus 11 episodes away from being done with Victory.
Okay.
I'm sitting at episode 40 now. And I thought things would get weirder. They just got a whole heck of a lot stupider. As a ceasefire has been declared where I'm at in the story.
Okay.
And what makes it even stupider is that we have to be constantly reminded of the fact that before the ceasefire was declared, one of the Zanskar soldiers was ordered to... People might remember I actually said that Uso had to make a decision between Shakti and his mom, but I didn't say who he decided. He decided Shakti to get her back, and then the mother stayed as a prisoner of war. Well, they decided to have a soldier go out with his mother in the hand. So this is a woman who's in the hand of a mobile suit while they're in mobile suit combat.
Wow.
And basically using her as a hostage. And that's like the plot of the majority of that episode up until one of the motorcycle ships loses balance.
Yeah.
And literally crushes the ship behind it. But where it crushes is actually where the suit that was holding Mommy hostage was abandoned. And Uso was trying to help her out of the hand.
Right.
And so literally it crushed Mommy. It crushed Mommy so bad that all that was left of her was her helmet. We're not sure if the head was in there or not. People kind of looked all grim at it for a while. It wasn't dripping or anything. But that, like, there was a couple of moments where I'm like, is the head actually still in there? And 5 minutes after she gets crushed, the ceasefire was declared.
Oh,
Do you want to know how I know this, Alex?
How?
Because I've had 6 episodes constantly telling me that if it had only happened 5 minutes sooner.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Uso. I got that detail. Could you stop bringing it up? So since there is a ceasefire declared, the entire crew has actually returned to Casarelia, where everything started, to go see if they can resume their lives. Except they can't, because it's Gundam and you have to have conflict every episode. And so there are branches of Zanskar that have been basically told that, oh no, our ceasefire is with the Federation, not with the Ligue Militaire. The Ligue Militaire we still consider to be rebels. We can still hunt them. So you have a bunch of episodes where this ship comes across the Ligue Militaire and try to take them out. And then they lose to Uso and they go, why curse me? Why did I lose to a kid? You know, usual Gundam fare.
Yeah.
And as that goes on, Uso continues to evolve within the V2, and we get to see even more awesome features within it. Such as now I said this in a previous episode, the V2 can create like these beam angel wings. Mm-hmm. They've added a new feature to it that if it expands and the energy becomes red, basically anything that passes through that, it's like an EMP to mobile suits.
Oh.
They will literally stop functioning. And the only reason that we can think of that actually happens is because Uso wills it. Because it always happens when, I can't believe, what are we fighting for? And then all of a sudden that happens, and it's like, oh, so it must be through Uso's will to not fight anymore that's why that happens. What also has happened that has made me really just dumbfounded is, when they came back to Earth, they brought a bunch of people from the colonies with them, right? And the colonies, we're talking 2 girls and a couple of guys that have lived in colonies all their lives. So they've always lived in an artificial atmosphere.
Right.
and they go to Earth, and they think it's going to be this amazing experience. And the first place they go to is a beach where you see a bunch of fish bones. Like, because oil has ruined the oceans, right?
Right.
And the thing that they catch about it is not that they're standing in bones, it's the smell. Okay, so it stinks. It's like, does all of Earth stink like this? Does it reek of death? And that makes them, because of the stink, it makes them afraid of the Earth. Because it reminds them that people die.
Right.
This got so bad that we actually had to have Shakti, who is the walking moral compass of this show, slap them silly and go get a hold of yourself. Have you ever cut yourself on a job? Have you ever done anything like... We all are going to die. And I'd like to point out a little bit of logic. You've watched people die. The only difference is you didn't get a gory death. It was just a mobile... like a spacesuit that went off into the distance. That's your equivalent of death.
Wow.
So... The first time, it was actually a really cool plot point. Now it's just freaking annoying, especially since two of the lead guys have crushes on them. And so they're trying very hard to get them to like them along with the stinky Earth. Because they want to live on Earth. So we have to deal with this endlessly. Oh, endlessly. And that's where I'm at. Like, episode 40, we're still in the ceasefire. People are still being stupid, especially Zanskar. People are being stupid. I especially love that they're secretly kind of pointing out that the men are going to take things over from the women because women don't know what they're doing and go make us a sandwich.
Oh my god.
But at the same time, you have the feminists going, "Men, you don't know what you do. All you do is create war." It's like, seriously, guys, go marry each other. All you want to do is sit there and complain all day. You're not Zaft to me. You're not the Romefeller Foundation to me. You're not frickin' the Innovators to me. You're none of that. You are whiners. Even frickin' Xeon was better than this. And Xeon was space Nazis. That's what they were. And they weren't apologetic about it either. Their salute was literally called Seek Xeon. Can I please have Xeon over these people? Thank you very much. I have a feeling that at the end of the day, Alex, Victory is going to be a lot lower on my list than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, sounds like
it's getting kind of painful to watch it. The only thing that makes it better, Alex, is that next up is G Gundam.
What, is this one that Alex recommended you?
No, this was when I made the promise that I was going to watch every Gundam series in order. And so I'm just to this point.
Oh.
But the problem is that it's stuck in the Universal Century arc, and I'm so sick and tired of that arc now that I want out. But thankfully, the next series is the first series that was not based in that, where it was like alternate timelines. So I'm like, oh, I can't get to G Gundam sooner. I at least get to laugh at G Gundam. This series just makes me go all the time.
I need to get back to watching my Pokemon series.
No, you don't.
Well, I started out.
You don't need to watch Derpy Ash.
Well, I'm starting to watch.
Or Derpy Mystery or Derpy Brock.
I'm starting to watch Indigo again.
You're forgiven. Don't watch Derpy Ash or Derpy Misty or.
Well,
Derpy
I'm waiting
Brock.
for more episodes to build up in Sun and Moon, so then I can marathon it. Some more.
You have betrayed me. You know what must be done now. Alex,
What?
go make me a sandwich.
No.
Yeah, and then I'll end up eating it.
Yeah, you would. You are pregnant right now, and you need it better. You need it more than I do. So there you go. That's my anime update. Some people have actually asked, because of how depressed Victory has made me, like, am I going to take a break from the Gundam series? I've thought about it. I honestly have, because there's a couple of other anime series I would really like to watch.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to continue on in Gundam, and I'll watch those too, just to kind of cleanse the palate. Because the problem is like, for every year that I don't do this, another series comes out in Gundam. And so that's like another thing I gotta go watch. So, yeah, I need to get caught up, guys. That's just the way it goes. But thankfully, we're coming across a lot of seasons that I've already seen, so I don't necessarily need to watch as attentively. I know the plot of the episode, kind of thing. And before I get the question of like, no, you don't, you haven't watched it in years, I know the plot of the episode. G Gundam, I can literally tell you where they go like the first 10 episodes and what the plot of that episode is. That's how freakish I am. And Alex can attest to it.
It's true.
My memory has gotten me in trouble a lot of the time. Because I find the stupid things to remember, like Tequila Gundam. That's what I'm looking forward to with G Gundam, is like the silliness of it. It's like, oh, we have to have a Gundam that represents this nation. And how do you represent it? With football and boxing. And with weird manly chests that aren't supposed to be on a mobile suit. How do you celebrate Russia? Big burly Gundam. How do you celebrate Canada? Lumberjack Gundam. Seriously.
Wow.
How do you celebrate Mexico? Tequila Gundam. And I'd just like to point out, I've made that joke, and so has the internet. And yet they only stick with that one. They don't go to Egypt, where, of course, you have to have a mummy Gundam. No, guys, that's a thing.
Mummy Gundam.
Egypt's representative is Mummy Gundam. A Gundam that is literally wrapped in mummy stuff. In mummy bandages. No, I'm not making this up, people. It is. That's why I'm excited. That's why I'm looking forward to going back to G Gundam. Oh, and of course, Sweden. Because you think about this when you think Sweden, right? What do you think about when you think Sweden, Alex?
Meatballs.
Magical girls.
Yeah, that too. Not really, but magical girls and.
Well, but that's what Sweden's representative is in G Gundam.
Oh, wow.
A magical girl.
Oh, cute.
It is literally a Sailor Moon Gundam. I'm kind of surprised Sailor Moon didn't sue.
Probably because it's a common sailor suit. It's like every.
No, this thing looks really close to like the Super S uniform. The only difference being is that it's not in yellow trim. It's in the typical like blue and red. Really close. They even poof out the waist section so it looks like a skirt.
Okay.
God, I'm so excited to get to G Gundam so I can get over the stupidity of Victory. But Drak, there's no stupidity of Victory. It's amazing because there's transforming Gundams. No, there really isn't, and they get stupid after a while. You want to know what there is? A bunch of tire Gundams. A bunch of people wandered around in tires. If I wanted to watch NASCAR, I'd watch NASCAR. You think I pissed off enough of the fan base?
I think so.
All right, cool. You guys deserved it because you guys frowned on 00, and 00 was like one of the best series ever. You guys don't even know. Oh, and I guess we should probably address this because enough people have asked, did we hear the news about Seed and Seed Destiny? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Where the original dub is going to be joining the new dub, and I couldn't be happier. That actually makes me want to own the Blu-ray now. So there you go. And I think we will. I think I'll actually go out and get the Blu-ray now.
I'm totally getting the Blu-ray.
I'm excited because I can experiment with the new dub if I want to, but I can go back to the original dub if I don't like it. Do you want to know what I'm really excited for, though, Alex?
What?
Because I get to show you it. Gundam Age is out.
Oh, yeah.
In the States. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like Phantasy Star 3, but with Gundam.
Oh, cool.
And before people get confused, it's because Phantasy Star 3 goes into 3 generations. So does Age.
Oh, that's
What
cool.
is this, a series or
Yeah,
a game?
Gundam Age. The game we're talking about is Phantasy Star 3, because when we started out, we did the Phantasy Star game series. And the third game is really cool because it goes into... So you play one character, right? And then you play that character's son after a while. And then you play that character's grandson to finish it. Age works the same way. You follow a little kid, and then you follow his kid, and then you follow his grandkid to finish out the series. I love that kind of story. Like an ever-present living story that's happening where life goes on, and yeah, the guy's getting older, but he's still able to help out. You know, that's really cool. In fact, that's the one I'm recommending for his 12 Days of Anime this year. Like, that's the Gundam series he talks about. Right?
Maybe.
You're probably going to go to Seed. Be like, I know I talked about Seed before and Seed Destiny, but I've got it on Blu-ray now, and it's amazing. And
I don't think it's out till next year.
oh, you're not gonna cover Gundam then?
Maybe it depends. Again, if I have time to get to one.
Well, on you. And by the way, we caught a Sandshrew!
Yeah.
So I'd like to introduce everybody to my buddy, Critterp.
I might actually watch Gundam, I don't know how to say it, Reconquista and G.
Oh, that's on my list too.
Yeah.
I want to get to that. I'm
Probably
getting through the things in order.
That one would probably be easier because it's short. It's only like 26 episodes.
We'll see. We'll see you guys next time.